I appreciate the last few months. It's been incredible for me. You know, I dropped 3 on that head top. You guys are dropping albums. It's like hello and goodbye. I'm saying it careful with that reply because the pen isn't dry. I'm just letting you know.
Ross has just always been one of my favorite rappers ever.
I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see.
I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the last few months. It's been incredible for me. You know, I dropped 3 on that head top. These guys are dropping albums. It's like hello and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? And careful with that reply because the pen isn't dry. I'm just letting you know. That's what I'm on. By the way, let me pop it. Yes, double chrome bracelets. Okay. Cartier that your grandma would wear. Hello. Don't even want to say the price tag. Diamond cross on the jeans. Like, it's just really, I don't know how to explain it other than
I've never seen someone ice rosé, but
you've never seen someone ice rosé? I've talked to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Somebody got that joke.
Damn, white boy. Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits.
GG's. The Roc Nation subpoena is about to be cleared.
But the great position that Drake is in is that all his options responding now. You got Jay-Z's like, yo, comb my hair out. Beyonce, AOP, comb my hair out. I gotta go dress this nigga Drake. Jay, thank you for going back into whatever hole you crawled out of when you did that like your Jay-Z 30 thing. Where's those people at? Oh, nah, Jay got his helmet on. Didn't what Pharrell say? He got his helmet on. It's wartime. Brother, it's time for another colonoscopy, nigga. Put the dentures back in the fucking little thing with the water. Jay hopped out, got rid of him. All right, man, get out of here. Rocky was fighting the narratives on his first week when it came out because it was like, where's she at? Where's she at? She ain't post a single. He's doing an interview saying, nah, she did post my album. Yo, if I'm lying, I'm flying economy. All of Drake's ops is basically at Delta economy. Iceman has turned out to be a prophetic album. All of his ops has literally played the script. Even Kendrick, missing in action. 100 million. He says, I guess we got to, he says, I guess I'm the villain. He says, y'all got a new whatever. I guess we got to test whatever. He's like 100 million streams went missing and nobody got questions. He went missing too. Iceman actually sounds like it was very prophetic. Every single person dissed on Iceman is down horrendous. They're still on their heels responding, or we're seeing how the lyrics correlated to them.
Drake stands. Can only imagine what that feels like. Well, I really couldn't, but damn, niggas say 3 albums are trash albums, 2 years too late. Hey man, it was fun while it lasted. You're washed. Where's Iceman? There's Iceman.
I don't know, are you putting the Drake beef to rest?
Honestly, I discuss a lot of things. You know, set in stone is all about etching a little bit at a time.
I don't understand, you're squashing the beef. So I don't know if that means
Ricky Rose is...
If I had to compare the two, I'd say Rick Ross was more like Biggie, Jeezy was more like Pac, because Pac wasn't the best lyricist, but you felt him.
Rick Ross looks more like Biggie.
Rick Ross got lyrics, though.
Well, I guess.
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's alright, man. He just talk about eating and you know, girlfriend too much, you know? How much can it eat? How much can you smoke? I'm like, all right, let's talk about something else. I know you got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin. Okay, good for you. Damn, come on, I see a whole nother side of the coin, son.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
My man. He didn't even say, now why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake.
My man.
I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't.
See, I be trying to tell these people.
I don't like the way he walks. Like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Because in one of the recent interviews, because you know I follow this stuff, people would notice that. Oh, now Ross said he said something like, "Well, I'm happy to have him win. Don't want to see him lose."
Facts.
So is that a different place than when you were putting him on wax?
What that was basically behind the scenes. It's like people want to hear me say that I hate Drake. That's a conspiracy against him. No, it's not. You know, if you put out an amazing album, congratulations. If it's mid, it's mid. You know.
Can I get another Incredible Hulk?
No.
I don't give a fuck with Drake come out. Can I get another Incredible Hulk?
No.
Do something then, nigga. Cause at this point I'm ready for whatever.
Look at him.
No, I'm nigga, you think I'm grown?
I love you.
No, it get to a point, but still, I ain't no hoe.
Things around Drake are getting messy again. And this time, it looks like he came back ready to stir up some serious drama. After dropping 3 albums on the same night, Drizzy Drake stepped away from the spotlight for a little while, stayed quiet, and basically watched everything happening around the rap game from a distance. While other artists were releasing projects and dealing with mixed reactions, Drake appeared to be taking notes. Now, months later, he's popping back out on live streams, and the energy feels completely different. Drake isn't acting like somebody who returned just to joke around with viewers. He's talking like somebody who still has plenty to say, and he wasted almost no time before throwing slick shots in the direction of other rappers. That's become part of the whole Drake live stream experience lately. He gets comfortable, starts talking, and before long, somebody in the industry catches a stray. Fans already expected him to joke about rappers whose recent projects didn't perform as strongly as expected. But one name was always going to stand out in that conversation: Rick Ross, also known as Ricky Rose.
I got a question. Would you rather have Paddy's in your size, enjoy your entire bottle of Luke Belaire conversating business with the boss, or listening to the vinyl with Ricky Rose and taking your autographed CD home? What would you rather have? As I said on my story yesterday, 22,000 the first week, 20 the second week. Those drastic fall-offs, guys, that you see with a lot of those other artists is when the numbers are inflated. The bots. To me, the new flex is no bots.
Ross' album Set in Stone reportedly moved around 20,000 units during its first week, and that number quickly became another talking point in the ongoing tension surrounding these artists. Ross has spent the last couple of weeks publicly defending the project and pushing back against the way people have been discussing those numbers. But Drake clearly wasn't interested in letting that situation slide quietly. Instead of simply clowning the sales and moving along, Drake seemed to turn the live stream into something much more pointed. The jokes were one thing, but then came a message that sounded like a warning aimed at any rapper thinking about responding to him.
I appreciate the last few months. It's been incredible for me, you know. I dropped 3 on that head top. These guys are dropping albums. It's like hello and goodbye. You know what I'm saying? And careful with that reply because the pen isn't dry. I'm just letting you know. That's what I'm on. By the way, let me pop it. Yes, double chrome bracelets. Okay. Cartier that your grandma would wear. Hello. Don't even want to say the price tag. Diamond cross on the jeans.
Drake said, "Yo, be very careful with your response. The ink on my pen isn't dry yet." That's a wild line because it suggests Drake believes he still has more material ready if anybody decides to jump into the situation. He didn't need to name every person he might have been talking about either. The message itself was enough to get people debating who could be next. In rap, a statement like that can instantly get fans watching every post, lyric, live stream, and interview for another move. Drake came back talking slick, throwing jabs, and making it clear that, at least from his perspective, whatever tension has been building behind the scenes isn't finished yet. Come on, man. Is anybody inside Drake's camp actually willing to keep it real with him anymore? Because from the outside looking in, moments like this are exactly why people keep saying Drake is surrounded by yes men. Whether it's certain bloggers he communicates with or people within his personal circle, the criticism is that nobody seems willing to pull him aside and say, maybe this isn't the move right now. And context matters here a lot. Maybe 2.5 years ago, before the Kendrick Lamar battle completely changed the conversation around Drake, a statement like this would have landed very differently. Back then, if Drake hinted that his pen was still loaded and somebody should think twice before responding, plenty of rappers might have taken that seriously. The reaction would have been dramatic. You're going to be terrified. You're moving your family out of the country. You're never touching a microphone again. The whole career-ending threat type of energy. Obviously, that's exaggerated battle rap talk, but that's exactly the image Drake's message seems designed to create. The problem is that we're in 2026 now, and after everything that's happened publicly, some listeners just aren't receiving that tough talk the same way anymore. You're not putting Drake at that level.
No, see, you might be, I could see it in your eyes, you might be confused with the numbers and all of the fake numbers flood the marketplace 50-something. That should be nothing. Remember what I told you, streets are the streets.
Yo, that line happened to come true crazy. He said I was Aiden Ross's stream before Aiden Ross had ever streamed. Boy, yo, Ross's streams looked a little crazy this week, huh? Yeah, Ross's streams did look a little crazy. I can't even cap with you still. Yeah, Ross came out and like the numbers on streaming were mad low. now I kind of like, that line kind of hits different because I think the entire album, I think a recent Drake song like did more than like his whole album in streams. Ross's album streams was notoriously low. Supposedly he did less than 10K.
Iceman.
I ain't nothing to think about.
Nothing came to mind. Blank.
It's like I just saw that curl.
Drake fans who also like Ross aren't gonna fuck with Ross. So everybody's sales who used to have mutual fans with Drake, bye-bye to at least 50 to 80%.
That's where situational awareness becomes important, because Drake could have easily kept this whole thing funny and walked away with a joke. He could have simply said, yo, you rappers that hate me flopped. You talk so much about me, but your album flopped. You couldn't sell what I sold. Boom. That would have been enough. No extra tough guy energy, no dramatic warning, no reason for people to start bringing up everything that happened after the Kendrick battle. Drake has the commercial numbers and massive career achievements to make that kind of flex without needing anything else, so sticking to sales would have probably hit harder anyway. But once he starts making statements that sound like warnings, critics are naturally going to connect them to the defamation lawsuits against UMG over Not Like Us and question whether that intimidating rapper persona still carries the same weight. That's the awkward part of this whole situation. You can't control how people interpret your words once the public context around you has changed. Drake may be trying to remind everybody that his pen is still dangerous in a lyrical sense, but some fans are hearing something completely different. Instead of thinking Drake is about to destroy somebody on a record, they're cracking jokes about lawyers, paperwork, and courtrooms. That's not exactly the reaction you want when you're trying to sound intimidating, and that's why the tough guy angle is becoming a much harder sell. This is where the whole situation gets even more embarrassing for Rick Ross, because Drake's Iceman project, which dropped alongside Habibti and Maid of Honor, spent weeks atop the Billboard 200 and continues to perform like a monster release. Meanwhile, the conversation around Ross Set in Stone has been the complete opposite. Moving under 20,000 units in its opening week marked one of the lowest debut numbers of his career, giving critics and Drake fans endless fuel to push back. Fans online have been comparing the projects, and after 2 weeks of reportedly weak numbers for Set in Stone, people started going crazy with the jokes. Drake supporters immediately jumped into the debate, arguing that Iceman showed just how massive the gap still is between Drake's commercial pull and what Ross was able to generate with his latest project. But the conversation got even deeper when Ebro discussed how algorithms and today's streaming environment can affect what listeners actually discover and play. That adds another layer to the debate, because album sales aren't as simple as dropping music and waiting for people to buy it anymore. Playlist placement, recommendations, viral records, fan interest, and algorithms can all influence how far a project travels. Still, none of that stopped people from calling Set in Stone a flop. Once those reported numbers started circulating for a second week, Ross became an easy target for memes, jokes, and criticism, especially from people who were already waiting for an opportunity to clown him. And here's where things get extra spicy. Ross already has public rivalries involving two gigantic names, Drake and 50 Cent. So, disappointing numbers were always going to become ammunition. Some fans are even arguing that Ross spending so much energy taking shots at Drake and 50 Cent may have created more attention around the beef than around the actual music. That's an opinion, not something the sales numbers alone can prove. But you already know how rap fans move. Once they smell blood in the water, everybody starts talking. Because that rivalry has been running for years. Suddenly, Set in Stone isn't being discussed only as an album anymore. It's becoming another chapter in two separate feuds. That's brutal timing for Ross, because every sales update gives his rivals' fans fresh material. Instead of everybody debating which songs were the hardest, social media is arguing about whether the project performed well enough to justify all that talk. Meanwhile, Drake's Iceman success is being used by fans as the ultimate comeback whenever Ross' name enters the conversation. And the louder those comparisons get, the hotter both rivalries become. You need more people around to keep it real. And if you're a Drake fan instead of somebody who's going to defend every single move he makes, you have to understand why critics thought this moment came off corny. The biggest problem is that people still remember what was publicly argued during the lawsuit, and the internet keeps receipts. This wasn't some random blogger describing Drake's emotions. This was language presented by his own legal team in court. As a direct and approximate result of defendants' conduct, Drake has suffered significant general, actual, consequential, and special damages, including without limitation impairment of reputation and standing in the community and in his profession, personal humiliation, mental anguish and suffering, emotional distress, stress, anxiety, lost earnings, and other pecuniary loss. That's why the new battle-ready talk is getting such a mixed reaction. Critics are looking at those two versions of Drake and saying they simply don't match. After the battle, his lawyers describe serious alleged harm and emotional distress. And now Drake is back on live streams talking like rappers need to be careful because his pin still has something waiting for them. That's a difficult switch to sell when the lawsuit is still fresh in people's memory. Maybe if 10 years had passed and the entire situation had faded into hip-hop history, fewer people would care. But in 2026, fans remember exactly what happened. Screenshots travel fast, and every tough statement is going to get compared with those court filings. And Drake wasn't finished there, because the live stream also had people convinced he was throwing slick shots in Jay-Z's direction. And that's where this gets even more interesting. First, don't automatically accept anybody's claim that Drake and Jay-Z definitely have no issues with each other, because outsiders can't know everything happening behind closed doors. At the same time, it's also important not to present fan theories as confirmed facts. What we can say is that listeners have been analyzing Drake's comments, lyrics, and moves for possible Jay-Z references, and those interpretations keep feeding speculation about tension between the two rap giants. If Jay-Z believes those shots are actually aimed at him, though, fans are naturally wondering how long he's going to stay quiet. That's something that the internet they made 3 songs after that, _ happened. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That's something that the internet just created and tried to put some credence to. But there is no back and forth between a Jay and Drake. Now whether privately they feel a way about each other, that's a whole different thing that I think they probably have some whatever that is. We don't know that, but I'm just saying like publicly there is no back and forth between Jay and Drake. If Jay and Drake had an issue with each other, it would be clear. We wouldn't have to speculate and dissect, bars and think, oh, who is he talking? It would be very direct, very blatant, from 2 of the best rappers that we've ever had. Like, they know exactly how to direct a lines and _ at each other. But you do agree they've thrown Drake and his fan base have repeatedly sparked online conversations involving Jay-Z. And every new perceived jab makes people ask whether Huff will eventually answer through music or simply ignore the noise. Drake seems comfortable keeping that speculation alive, almost like he's testing how far he can push things before somebody responds. And Jay-Z isn't exactly a rookie when it comes to competitive rap. His career includes some legendary lyrical battles and plenty of moments where he answered pressure on wax. So when Drake starts moving like this, people aren't just watching Drake anymore. They're watching Jay-Z too, waiting to see whether these supposed shots remain internet speculation or eventually turn into something much bigger. At this point, all fans can really hope for is that whatever happens next stays in the music and doesn't turn into another legal situation. It's entertaining when Drake throws slick jokes, takes shots at Roc Nation, clowns Rick Ross over the conversation surrounding Set in Stone, or sends messages toward other rappers he's had problems with. That's part of what makes hip-hop competition exciting. But if you're going to poke at people publicly, you've also got to expect that somebody might eventually poke back. And that's exactly why all eyes are now on Drake, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Roc Nation, and everybody else getting pulled into this growing mess. Drake has made it clear that he still wants to talk his talk, and based on how fans interpreted this live stream, he doesn't seem interested in letting old rivalries quietly disappear. Whether these comments actually lead to new disc records is another question, but the tension is definitely giving the internet plenty to debate. If somebody from the other side decides to respond on wax, then fans are going to expect Drake to handle that response as part of the same competitive rap environment he stepped back into. No changing the rules halfway through. No pretending the energy came out of nowhere. Just bars versus bars and letting the listeners decide who came harder. But now I want to hear what you think because this entire situation has people picking sides all over again. What do you make of Drake taking shots at Ricky Ross while fans are already clowning the reported performance of Ross' latest project? Yes, man. We celebrating today. Right now is the 20th anniversary of my debut album. You see we overseas. You know this was a part of the plan. I got DJ Nasty here with me. I got the team here with me. Car City here with me. It's going down. This how we moving. The heavyweight the boat. Oh man. One time for all my Car City, _ man. I got Skinny out here with me, man. Skinny man was in that chain gang, baby. He ain't no he'll be over here in Mother. Tell them what's happening. Skinny. What's happening, y'all? You already know. We in Monaco. You already celebrating setting stones. You feel me? Setting stones right now. This real. This hustle real. Do you think Drake has earned the right to talk his talk based on his own commercial success? Or do the battle and lawsuit make these new tough statements harder to take seriously? And most importantly, what did you make of the apparent Jay-Z and Roc Nation shot? Was Drake really sending Have a message, or are fans reading way too deeply into something that might not even be that serious? If Jay-Z does believe Drake was talking about him, do you think he should finally respond on a record, or is ignoring the situation actually the bigger power move? Drop your take in the comments below because I want to see where everybody stands on this one. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with somebody who's been following all this rap drama, and